We've got some interesting content on the island today as Royal Caribbean shares their fourth quarter and end of year earnings report and thoughts. Company executives had some interesting messaging on what cruising looks like right now and what it's about to look like in the not so distant future. We have dissected the entire meeting and we have the most impactful quotes and words from company executives that's going to shape cruising for the foreseeable future. One thing you have to always remember is that you don't lie to shareholders. Let's talk about all the cruise news right now on Island Time. A big happy Saturday to all you islanders. Welcome to Island Time. I am your host, Derek, and I am excited to spend some time in the islands with you today. I know you have a lot planned for this weekend, but we all have to remember that tomorrow night, Sunday night, 8 p.m. Central Time, Island Time is going live. It is an island meeting and we need all of you here. We're going to have a great show and a lot of fun, so please plan to jump in and be here at 8 p.m. Central Time tomorrow. It's going to be a blast. The easiest way to do that is to make sure you're subscribed, ring the bell for notifications, and when we go live, it'll pop up on your phone. It'll pop up on your iPad, and you can even watch us on TV if you'd like to. We cannot wait. Cruise news. This is big news. As I mentioned in the intro, you do not lie to shareholders. You open the curtain, it's a blank slate. You don't lie to the people that are giving you capital to support your business ideas, thoughts, and execution. And Royal Caribbean Group spoke for themselves, but also the entire industry yesterday as they shared their earnings reports for quarter four and their end of year review. And they had some interesting thoughts about the cruise industry, their messaging, and what cruising is going to look like going forward. Let's get right into this news. I'm going to mention two individuals today, Jason Liberty and Michael Bayley. You know them well. They are very established in the roots. Jason is new in his position, but not new to the cruise industry, and he had some interesting thoughts. Jason Liberty, President and CEO of Royal Caribbean Group, he spoke yesterday, and listen to this quote right here from him. A few weeks ago, the prescriptive CDC conditional sell order expired, demonstrating the agency's confidence in the overall effectiveness of the health and safety protocols of the cruise industry. Our own protocols continue to go above and beyond anything the framework provided and what customers will find in any hospitality setting. We continue to engage with the CDC and other public health agencies as we look to adjust our COVID-19 risk mitigation measures in response to the changing nature of the virus. Interesting there toward the end, as he says, we look to adjust our COVID-19 risk mitigation measures. Adjusting in which way? Okay. We all know and understand that things are getting better. Case counts are coming down. Hospitalizations are coming down. The cruise industry has shared the same thing about what's going on cruise ships. Less passengers, less crew members are testing positive and having to isolate. But I wonder this, with his words about the CDC, and he speaks on the relationship they have with the CDC. Will there even be a voluntary program? It's late. The details were supposed to be released January the 14th, and they weren't. They were supposed to be released the week after, and they weren't. And here we are at February the 5th, and they're still not released. It's interesting to think about that if Royal Caribbean, and you know other cruise lines, Carnival, Norwegian, Celebrity, they're all working with the CDC. If they're working with them directly and engaging them and asking for advice even before they change their policies, Is the CDC going to save time and not even have this voluntary program? It's interesting to think about. Michael Bayley had some big predictions, and his messaging is also interesting. Here's what Michael Bayley had to say yesterday. Working with the CDC when the time is right. We'll start removing many of the protocols that exist today, and it will become easier and simpler for our customers. This is interesting right here. Just as a point of reference, around 10 million customers visit our Royal Caribbean International website every month, and around 400,000 or so visit our Healthy Cell section of that. And you can see as people's anxiety either raises or decreases, then obviously that number raises and decreases. It's interesting for Bayley to point out that Royal Caribbean is tracking overall views of their website and their COVID-19 policies. And that as things worsen, more people visit those policies because maybe they're uncomfortable with cruising or they want to know what they have to do to cruise. But they're obviously watching you and I, our actions, to see what are we comfortable with. And it may be more and more and more protocols and policies. It may be pulling these back. But Michael Bayley and Jason Liberty both mention we'll start removing many of these protocols when the time is right. Now, this is a big step because both of these individuals, along with many individuals in the cruise industry, executives of other cruise lines, have not been this blunt about we're really starting to look at this and we will do this. We're working with the CDC to do this. Here's what he also says. So we're feeling quite positive about where we're going with this. We also believe that in the not too distant future, the CDC level 4 will be downgraded to a level 3. Remember, the CDC raised the health level, the security level of cruising to a level 4, which was the same as what the United States is. Everybody freaked out. The media freaked out. They plan to downgrade it to a level 3, and I think that will be also another positive step in the right direction. I will say this now, when the CDC lowers that risk from a security level 4 to a security level 3, I think that's a trigger. I think that cruise lines will begin to remove and roll back some of these protocols on board ships right now. And they can do that and justify it by saying the CDC has said that cruising is now safer than it was in months previous. Therefore, we're going to remove, and you fill in the blank, masking on board. It could be testing. I don't think we're going to go that far yet, but some of those protocols could be removed. What do you think about this news? And are you excited to maybe be on this verge of a new step of cruising looking like maybe what it used to in 2018 and 2019? It's interesting. Like I said, you don't lie to your shareholders. They hold you accountable for what you say. We all know that to be the case. Interesting thoughts, and I hope you enjoyed the breakdown of this content. If so, please consider giving us a thumbs up for the video today and the content. And remember, we're going live tomorrow night. I cannot wait to see you then. Now, I'm going to get downstairs because the heat is out upstairs and I am cold. I hope you have a great Saturday. We will see you tomorrow right here on Island Time.